Good news, everyone!
I'm Michael from Project Kozaki and I'm here to talk about my gorgeous flower Cardian deck I used in European WCQ at Utrecht 2017. Okay, what heck is Flower Cardian? Flower Cardian is kind of a fucking crazy deck whose aim is to special summon magnificent synchro monsters through an endless chain of draw and synchro and draw and special summon, draw, special summon, draw, special summon. Let's see how this is actually performed. Okay, first of all we have 3 Flower Cardian Pine. These monsters are one of the best start because when they are normal summoned I can draw 1 card. If it is a Flower Cardian monster I can add it to my hand, otherwise discard it to the graveyard. This is a effect that is common to a lot of Flower Cardian monsters. Pine in particular can be indeed normal summoned, with attributes of course, and if it is destroyed I draw 1 card, so it's a safe start. Here is a less safe start indeed, because this card can be special summoned from the hand if the top card of the deck is a Flower Cardian monster, otherwise it is carded to the graveyard. So it is a special summon, okay, I can do it as many times I want in the turn, but it's not sure it will hit the field. Then we have 3 similar monsters, Flower Cardian Willow, Flower Cardian Zebragrass, sorry, and Flower Cardian Paulownia. This monster can be special summoned if there is a lower level Flower Cardian monsters on the field. These 2 allow me to draw safely because this shape from Willow shift from the Flower Cardian from the graveyard to the deck and I can draw. This is a magical modlet for Flower Cardians and this is a defensive monsters. Being a passive one is the reason why I keep in just 2 copies instead of 3 like every other Flower Cardian I have in my deck. Then we have Mystical Space Typhoon. No, it doesn't negate. If this card is summoned, I draw 1 card. If it's a Flower Cardian, I can destroy 1 monster my opponent controls. 1 spell drop my opponent controls. This is an optional effect and that happens in Resolution and this is kinda tricky. A lot of people doesn't really deal with that. Here is exactly the same but for monsters, so nothing new. Finally, we pass to the tuner. We want to synchro summon, so tuners are pretty much important. Willow with Calligrapher can be special summoned over Willow. Beside that, there's no particular effect except the very important one that is to modify the level of itself and all other monsters I want to synchro with to 2. And that's the reason why, we'll see, all the Flower Cardian synchro monsters have even levels. Here is the other tuner. When it is summoned, it can be special summoned tributing any kind of Flower Cardian. I can look at the top 3 cards of my opponent's deck and legally stack it to the top or the bottom, and this is kinda useful, as you can surely imagine. Okay, these are the 26 monsters I used, and then we can pass to the spells. I don't play traps. Flower Gathering. Flower Gathering is kinda crazy really, because well, it special summons for Flower Cardian from the deck. Generally people when saw that were like, oh gosh, what the heck is happening? Yes, for Flower Cardians. You can understand that it's the best start possible. Here, Reincarnation. Reincarnation is useful both if it is activated, both if it is discarded. If it is activated, I can take back 1 Flower Cardian from the graveyard and I can special summon any kind of Flower Cardian from hand, ignoring summoning condition. Otherwise, it's useful also in if it is discarded, that because I can look at the top 5 cards and take 1 spell drop. Flower Stacking, yeah, the name tells a lot. Flower Stacking allow me to take 3 flower cards, put them top on the deck, and in any order. It is a great card together with Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is one of the very few not Flower Cardian related cards in the deck. And well, there is not much to say because all Flower Cardians are Dark Warriors, and so Allure of Darkness, yes, is pretty much safe and allows me to adjust my hand if I don't draw a good start. Finally, we have the power play of the deck, Soul Charge. If it is well played, could allow me to perform a plus 14, because I can reborn 5, draw 5 and destroy 5, and absurd. And finally, my tech, the beginning of the end. Flower Cardians are all dark monsters, and so I can, if I have 7 or more in the graveyard, I can banish 5 to draw 3. Yes, draw 3. It's very good. Okay, now we go to the extra deck, and we have the biggest Flower Cardian monsters, like Flare, level 10, 5000, 0. He can negate 1 spell trap card for turn, negates the effects of monster in battle with, and if he leaves the field, calls for a friend. What kind of friends? Another Synchro Flower Cardian. There are other two. One is Light Shower, the wall one. Wall one because it transforms all my Flower Cardian monsters into monsters that cannot be not destroyed, not targeted by effects. Also burns my opponents of 1500 damages every time it draws in the draw phase. The drawback is that I have to skip my draw phase if I want to keep its effect safe. And finally we have the Abyss Dweller, Necro Valley monster. I call that because when I activate its effects, my opponents cannot special summon or activate cards or effects in the graveyard for the rest of this and upon its turn. Also, all my Flower Guardians monsters deals piercing battle damage, and yes, we have a 5000 monsters dealing piercing battle damage. Then we have some other synchro monsters, pretty random one. Put them inside just in case. Random one because a lot of Flower Guardian cards prevents me from special summoning or normal summoning monsters that are not Flower Guardian, so I really rarely use these cards, just like two in all the European Championship. Finally, we have the two Xyz monsters. Sometimes, one time it happens, I summon the Gustav, so okay. Finally, yes, we have ended with the extra deck. What about the side? Nothing. There's really nothing to say about the side. It's really hard to side in Cardian, and the only card I wanted to talk about is Super Kakoi. Super Kakoi is a card I used in the main deck instead of Lure of Darkness. It's more powerful but more dangerous. Look at the top 3 cards of my deck, special summon monsters, but if I don't have monsters I take damage. So it's more powerful but more dangerous, and in the end I prefer stability over explosivity. So this is the reason why I keep it in the side if the opponents, if I have reason to fear opponents' hand traps. So I have another start. And that's all. So follow us on Facebook, on our page and our YouTube channel. Bye!